Now that the winners for the first official Splatfest for Splatoon 3 have been decided, Super Sea Snails were given to those who participated in the Splatfest. You might be wondering on what exactly these Super Sea Snails do, and what's the best possible use you can make of them, and that's the discussion for this video. The snails are awarded based on two main components: your Splatfest title and what team you chose. Essentially, the higher your rank was when the Splatfest ended means the more snails you received. The ranks consisted of Fan, Fiend, Defender, Champion, and Ruler. Most notably, Ruler is the highest rank and did not receive any additional snails for reaching the additional levels, such as Ruler +2 or +3. Also, if you were on the winning team, Team Gear, then you were awarded with a small extra amount of Super Sea Snails, ranging from 1 to 3, depending on your rank. The team you chose doesn't matter as much as your rank, but an extra 3 snails is still pretty worthwhile. The snails themselves can be redeemed to Merch, who resides just outside the lobby in the square. When you speak to him, you can see two previously inaccessible features available to you in re-rolling slots and boosting star power. Both are really amazing and helpful things to do that can save you both time and cash, but it's important to keep in mind that the snails are a form of limited currency that you can only get after a Splatfest, so spend them wisely. Boosting your star power can add stars to any gear you want. For example, the squid hair clip I have here has one empty gear slot. By spending a snail, I can increase the secondary slots from 2 to 3. This is immensely useful if there's a certain gear you find super fresh but doesn't have all the slots unlocked. Also, if you were to spend a snail on a piece of gear that does have all the slots unlocked, then you can increase its XP multiplier. You can actually do both of these in the shops if you already have the item for a lot of cash, so it's recommended to spend the snails on gear you can't find in shops, such as amiibo gear. This graph shows the cost to upgrade for each star added. Upgrading with cash gets increasingly more expensive, costing 40,000 to upgrade a 0-star 1 ability slot gear to a 2-star 3 ability slot gear. If you're planning to upgrade from a 0-star to a 5-star with cash, it'll cost you a whopping 390,000, which is not waku waku. If you're starting out at a 0-star gear, it's recommended to first spend the 10,000 for the first star, then use the snails for the second star, saving you the most amount of cash for the maximum amount of ability slots. The other feature is re-rolling slots. This feature will re-roll your secondary abilities for new ones while also giving you the chunks to keep. This reduces the need to grind and scrub a piece of gear for 20,000 and then grind the XP to raise it back up. It's important to note that each gear has a brand that has a preference on abilities. For example, the brand Takoroka has a common ability of Special Charge Up and an uncommon ability of Special Power Up. This means you'll most likely roll into Special Charge Up more often than other abilities, but is not guaranteed. I believe you can also use the drinks to further boost your chances of receiving specific abilities when re-rolling, but more information on this is needed. Overall, it's a great way to save time and cash. It's a quick way to gain ability chunks, and also just trying out your luck by potentially rolling a gear with pure perfect abilities. So what do you do? Personally, I recommend boosting the slots of only the gear that you really like at first, until the ability slots are full. Once the ability slots are full, I would try a bit of luck into re-rolling your gear abilities to maybe getting at least 2 slots into the specific ability you're looking for, and changing it from there with the chunks you have. I do heavily recommend saving a few of these snails, as you might find future gear that you really like, or perhaps an update will release new gear. It never hurts to be too safe, after all.